Welcome everybody, this is your Strategy Wolf and welcome back to Victoria 3. Welcome back to the 1.95 at the moment patch state after the Charters of Commerce released 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to get a little used to it, have my private single player fun before talking to you guys and getting into the game. And I can tell you so far that I really like the patch and the update, and I'm really excited to get into this one. So let's not waste too much time, and of course, we're having big plans. I installed again a couple of mods, basically deriving from an economist playset that I already used for Russia in January. However, it's actually the second time I started recording since I've encountered some problems with a couple of these mods. So there will be a mod list down in the comments, but I haven't reduced and made it slimmer to reduce it down to the essentials, I think. Kuromi, or not essentials, I haven't even tested 1.9 with this one. So just that you know, the main ones in here that we're going to use is Morgenröte, which gives like these cultural and scientific components of the game that I would love to add. And then the Realism project. Oh damn, now I forgot it again. There's this entire concept. Let's have a quick look onto quickly the workshop. Sorry guys. No, not this one. As you see, I've been just going through tons of mods. Where do we go here? No. Oh, guys. There's an entire series that I was using. Wow, man, I hate this sometimes. Well, we're not gonna go into it, but you know, there's like expanding politics and so total expansion project and so forth. Also bringing in Italian and German unification modes and a couple of other things. This Morgenröte, the total politics and economies reworked, and the industry mod also ministry reworked. So a lot of basic patches and some UI ones. I hope it's gonna be fine, but I found like not the stockpile one, because this one killed my diplomatic problems. So yeah, this is why I'm just a little bit stressed out on restarting this again, but yeah, you guys will forgive me this. This is the rules we're playing, just to give you a quick overview here. Power blocks expanded, no. This one is in here, but there's a couple of settings to be set. But I stay with most of them since I'm having not a deep insight with just the basically with the baseline default settings for you guys here. PEC, it's now that's politics and economies. Mods, there's tons of things in here. Let's have a quick look. What I just need to make sure monuments effect definitely disabled, because I hate the monuments, but that's good. And apart from this, one last check, not that I'm missing out anything special here. Before we get into the game, I don't want to bore you with details too much, but I just also want to give you the opportunity to see what's going on. Yeah, so much about this. And of course, if you're here for the first time, I'm the Strategy Wolf. I'm doing strategy games mostly with historical backgrounds. By the way, I love the artwork here of Morgenröte in the background. I'm hopefully going to be a historian not too far away, half a year or so to be, so have some backgrounds. I always try to bring in feasibility, good, like, let's see, a feeling for the game, how I perceive the world, and not trying to exploit every single little problem or of that the game has, just to make us the biggest and the best nation here on the planet, or conquer the world. And especially at this run, since we're going to play Denmark. A country I've never played in Victoria 3 and was happily recommended by, I think, Armando. Thank you during the last Serbia playthrough. So thank you for the inspiration. Really good one, since Morgenröte, the tutorial not gonna do these buttons down here, science, arts and sports, and we're gonna get into this over time. No worries. We'll be introduced to some extent and have a look at, but I don't want to go through the tutorial with you guys. So yeah, it's Amando's example of suggesting Denmark, and it shows you guys how much you can achieve by just letting me know your opinion down in the comments. So you're very much enticed to do so. Let me know what you want to do, what you want to see, house rules, ideas, and so forth. Always very much welcome in the comments. Excited to have them around, and always excited to also answer it to you, at least after a couple of days and so forth. I try to be on time, but forgive me if I'm not. So, if you want to see these kind of playstyles, we're doing it slow, we try to do it realistic, or at least authentic, if you want to say so. Big discussions in history and games about these words and so forth. However, we want to give you at least, I want to do it in a halfway authentic way. If you like this, leave me already a like and subscription, or especially subscription, so you wouldn't miss future episodes of this one, and to support me a bit. Thank you so much, would be fantastic, and then let's get into it. Denmark. Yeah, why Denmark, and what are we going to do? What is Denmark standing for, and so forth. And as you know, normally I have a little dive into the history before I get into our countries, before playing them. Denmark, this was actually not too easy, because I didn't have the time now for real literature and for quick online research. Of course you find infos, but it's the 19th century of Denmark is at least not so prominently displayed, since it seems like, and that might be the reason why I also don't know that much about them. Denmark was just like, I know more about medieval or early new periods Danish history, but I feel like after the 30-year wars, and that was the quick summary at least of Wikipedia, it all actually, Denmark was becoming more and more unimportant, since they got involved, the Swedish King Christian, into the 30-year war on the side of the Protestants, but get heavily beaten by the Catholic League, and pushed a little bit into the second row after Sweden intervened and actually turned in as the Protestant big power in the Baltics in the subsequent years, and therefore also overtook, I think, here Scania from the Danish, and putting them kind of in the second rank of a country. So I think in the following years they mostly tried to stay neutral out of conflicts. Also, jumping a lot of time now, 35 years ago in the Napoleonic Wars, they tried to stay neutral between France and Britain. However, the British respected this by sending a fleet and raiding and bombarding Copenhagen in 1801, destroying the Danish fleet to some extent. So yeah, well played over there. Well, at least they tried to, and that's kind of what made them up. Then in the 19th century, where we are right now, of course, there were the two wars, Schleswig wars with the Germans, mostly Prussia. And then the second one, they lost both Schleswig and Holstein to the combined forces of Austria and Prussia as a part of the German process of unification, if you want so. Since both duchies here that are vassals or protectorates of our personal unions, actually, of ourselves, are formally part of the Deutsche Bund, what's Deutsche Bund? Confederacy, German Confederacy, I guess. Yeah, the successor or loose confederation that followed after the dismantling of the Holy Roman Empire and Napoleon, which is basically Zollverein, but also here Austria. And so this is the challenges that are waiting for us. So what is going to be our playstyle? That's the big question. We're ruled here by King Frederick of Oldenburg, House Oldenburg, German house. Here's Oldenburg that are actually here in game. They are apparently ruled by Holstein-Gottorp. I'm not sure if this is also a Oldenburg line, or if the Oldenburgs just faded out from Oldenburg. Oh, I don't want to tag them. Anyhow, what are we going to do with Denmark in this one? I think what it stands for nowadays is mostly these stereotypical happy things, like good life, high standard of living, liberal country. Apart from they're turning a little bit anti-immigrant, I think, from what I heard. But in general, high standard of living, good education, liberal, not excessive, a good spread of wealth. It's not as uneven as in Germany or other, the US or Russia. No, I think it's quite a good society. At least it's the stereotypical ones that we are seeing, and that's what I want to achieve also in this one. That's why I installed Morgenröte. We're going to play a lot with art, science, and culture, since we're not going to do matte painting in this one. So this is what brings us to our foreign policy goals, or what our house rules, our ambition is going to be. House rules too strong, but yeah, we're trying to survive mostly. I'm also not trying to form Scandinavia. Only if there is a huge chance that, or somehow the game is giving us hints, or Sweden is going to be aggressive towards us, or something like this. It might lead us to. Do we have a claim on Shonen? No. To Scania to be more aggressive, but in the end it's absolutely not my target right now. My plan is what I said: liberalize, have a great standard of living, and get rich and a happy society, kind of utopian. We will have some colonies because we do have already. We have Iceland. Oh, it's not. Iceland and Denmark and Greenland are not incorporated. Maybe I think in Iceland we could incorporate. Let's do this right away. 5 years. Greenland will think about it. Of course, and then we have the Danish West Indies over here. Where are we? Here. These are basically Christianstad. They also have a volcano, interesting. That's Greenland. Then we have our little possession here in India, Danish Carnatic, and we have here these islands here in Pegu, giving us some little trade posts. And I think that and we have our trade post in Togo over here. Oh yeah. So, and this is where we're coming from, and I think we're not playing in a super colonial game here. We're going to get some colonies, yes, and I want to get rich and exploit and investment rights, trade concessions, and so forth. But we're not gonna be decolonizer of Africa. I can tell you this already right now. It's not my ambition to make a new Danish empire. No, target is Hygge. And I didn't even talk about Hygge yet. I think it just summarized it. So I think for those of you who don't know, in Danish there's this concept of Hygge or Hyggeness. And I might be also wrong about, correct me please if I'm wrong. It's more like this concept of living a good life, enjoying life, having a balanced one, I think. That balancing all aspects of life, not just focusing on extreme wealth, but yeah, enjoying yourself, life quality, and also for everybody to some extent. So I think this originally the idea behind it, not truly socialist, but just like a balanced society where all people can take part and play their role. This should be our end game in this one. At least that's what I kind of, and it has been a while since I've been to Denmark or Copenhagen, but this is what I felt a bit in. It was nice. And so we're definitely trying to reproduce these super stereotypical super positive vibes that at least I do have from Denmark. I have a good friend in Finland who always jokes about these softies, and one friend from North Germany who says they just do cool designer furniture and designer products that are actually just like average, but they just look cool from wood, and then they sell it for insane prices. If you're Danish, I'm sorry, this was just my stereotype. I'm actually from Bavaria, so you guys are the neighbor that has the border most far away from us. So yeah, educate me and about your stereotypes and so forth. So yeah, so we can get them out of the way during this one. That would be fantastic. So this is the game plan. Yeah, and already talking almost 15 minutes before we get even started, but you know, this is the drill, and next episodes it's going to be more. And off top, yeah, if you guys waited now for 2 weeks for Victoria, I'm giving you a double session tomorrow, also one tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, when this releases Saturday and Sunday, definitely the weekend full with Victoria to get started with lovely Denmark over here. Alright, I hope I didn't forget anything, and if so, we're gonna get it out at some point. Let's see what we have here. Quickly, great revision, internal trade. Numerous changes to trade, making AI capable of managing complex strategies, specialize its economy. Okay. You will notice that each country pursues a specific economic strategy aimed at specializing in sectors. This will lead nations to trade with each other, specializing in export of their products and impact of raw materials. Yeah, you can expect that the global GDP will increase and each nation will develop better its economy. Enjoy the Great Revision. The Great Revision, by the way, that has been for a couple of things. Let me play. Yeah, hopefully this works well, because as always, AI was always one of the problems. Yeah, once again, a Great Revision also involves German unification that should give Prussia a little bit of help in unifying Germany, which puts us definitely under pressure because they will need to get Holstein at least, and Schleswig too, I think. Putting us under massive pressure, because that's the only thing where we're going for imperialistic ways, or we want to hold those. And I think the main way how we could do this is by securing alliances or guarantees. And therefore we're immediately going to improve our relations with, I would say, the most important neighbors we do have for this task one. Over here. Yeah, basically that's it. These nations, I think, should be friendly towards us, and Prussia No, we can't rival them. It's because, yeah, Prussia is the dangerous one up here. We could, of course, try to expand or do something with the northern Germans, but so far I think it's not in my interest. Austria might be also interesting. While we simply do it, I have the MPP. With Sweden, as I said, I want to improve the relations and hopefully be actually very good together. And let's see if we have a rival possibility. Oh yeah, we maybe should pull some of those. But do they make sense? Spain is a great rival, yeah. Catholic and no, they actually. Yeah, we have a traditionalist leader right now. We don't have a very East India Company as a rival. Nah. The South German states. Maybe. Even if they're more liberal than Prussians, let's make them, the Catholicists down here, our enemies. Yeah, this is the system we want. Better relations, and we're getting them. Let's also do the US, by the way. Yeah. Russia, US, France, Austria, Netherlands, Belgium. No, they're not interested. I can put in some interests. Rhine, yeah. Let's do definitely New England so we can... Yeah, we're not gonna expand here quickly. Let's do some colonial areas so we can trade. I think Indochina, then we have already with China the options to trade, right? Do we? Oh, let's improve relations with China. And some powers around. Yeah, we'll see over time where we can hopefully use our diplomatic stuff better. At the moment it's fine, and we're gonna also probably lose some of our influence. Okay, so let's have a look at Denmark. Yeah, economically I'm planning to go mainly on trade, financial services, some production, and use to make the best of it. But of course, we cannot just have a economy built on nothing, on just speculation. So to some extent, we also have to have a look on our states and intervene. Here we can expand, build up a little bit of our own economy. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, shipyards, ports. That's our thing. Öresund, yeah. Wow, this is a great, just a great. We definitely traders. Let's first have a look on all our tech mills. Let's production methods. What the hell? We're gonna import iron definitely. We'll need tools. Do we have actually farmers or this? Wow. Yeah, basically this is impressive how little unemployment we have for the time. We have to import tools. We definitely don't have a lot of... we're going all in here. Yeah, we have to figure out how we're gonna finance all this, but yeah. Fire brigades. We want the best service to our people that we can just offer. Yeah, definitely no clergy in here. Fishing trawlers. Come on, let's go. Ports, go to cargo ports. We don't have that many. Regular trading. Wool farms and all to top level technology. So we can hopefully make something out of. Okay, of course iron here is 0 import, perfect. Coal also 0, you need to import. Do we have something that we can happily... Okay. Maximum tariffs for export. Why did they set it like this? Wow. Sugar is cheap. Merchant marine. Hello, we have an excellent port shipbuilding capacity, so definitely not. Also fish. Everything over here that is low price does need high export tariffs. Oh yeah, meat, are we going to be bacon country as in reality? But not too many other things are too cheap, and actually, for example, grain is expensive. But let's see. We have here in Jutland agriculture. For this reason, I'm immediately adding some. I mean, it's not the way for the future. A little bit for the moment, but here's the future is going to take place here. Let's see what we could produce actually, which where we have good raw material access. I think groceries, right? And of course clothing. Ah, here is industry one. We have extra for extra construction for the for the tailoring workshops here for luxury clothes. Sorry. Yeah, it's everything instruments. Ooh, yeah. Morgenröte brings interesting stuff here. Well, we're definitely gonna go for food industry is also in here. I think banking sectors, yeah. Paper mills. Arts academies, I mean, I'm not doing this all right now. And we also, here our shipyards will increase because this is some of our strength. I think definitely also after this. Yeah, here the Jutland or Copenhagen is industrializing quickly. And I think I'm also going to go with the trade centers and the port since this got the bonus already over here. And I'm gonna go here straight for iron construction, even if it's expensive. We're gonna somehow get the money, hopefully, and otherwise we have to have a look. Okay. Ports, actually, yeah, we still need to, first we need the shipyards. Do it like this. And yeah, for Iceland there was also some whaling. And here in Greenland too, right? Let's give them some whaling stations to exploit their top product over there, which is not too much. Here why the hell do you think? Like, come on. No import tariff tax. This must come through the this export tax, by the way. But this must come through there's a mod that set the settings like that. So once we have, we're gonna export some groceries too. Okay, but here everything is import tariffs on 0, that's good. So much about this, which is awesome. Yeah, these material resources we have to import, there's no other way. Then the next step, let's have a look at our political situation. We have King Frederick, who is a landowner, not that optimal. We have them fully in charge, which I don't like. But the good thing is we can have a super Church of Denmark, independent workers, have a big block here of government that can actually, yeah, independent workers, by the way, something workers in industry, service and mines champions their interest outside of trade unions and through moderate yellow unions. Yeah, this is the different ones that different kind of workers that are, since we have this massively extended politics set over here, of course, which you might not know from the vanilla game. It's basically vanilla plus some alterations, of course. And interesting, nobody likes that. Centralization would be smart in my opinion. Local autonomies. Don't like the idea of that one. Actually, this has to be changed, but seems to be not important. Reinforces foreign perception. Landowner strength. No, I don't want that right now. No National Guards. National Guard could be actually interesting. Yeah, it always helps to have some kind of inner politics thing. Is this a feasible thing for us politically, just talking about it? Intelligentsia wouldn't like it too much, the others would. I would like to do something here, but our government... I thought we had a constitution after 1812, but apparently not one with a parliament. We do have tenant farmers, no homesteading yet. At least we have solid systems up here, no health system. Fishing investments. probably not bad for our situation. Yeah, but this is too specific to start off right here with the investment focus, here in industrial focus, light industry. Yeah, it's kind of what we want. Armed forces rule folk hates that. It's hard to... we have quite unhappy people so far. Let's see what we... Poor laws. Pro-business regulations. Yeah, as you see, we have tons of options of laws to enact over here. But I'm still wondering what will be our first step. Right of assembly is good. No censorship over here. I think it's either going to be, yeah, we can put a health system, charity hospitals. Strengthens our, yeah, let's do this. They marginalize the others. Strengthens our church, makes these two groups happy, and we get more. We need definitely, yeah, definitely. We need some. We have really low population. Also, this is one of our weaknesses, main weaknesses. So it's a good idea to strengthen them a bit. I think. Also makes some dudes over here should be bringing in, yeah, a couple of things in here. State construction efficiency, very nice here. Also company throughput authority, really lovely. Let's kick it off like this. Shortages we have a look later. Then we do have, yeah, these goods. Also we are going to have a look over at them later. Then let's go for our research section. 3 years for these tier 2. I mean, we have kind of a solid one already. And we have expensive tools, so maybe not. I think society might be probably a good kickoff for us. Always nice to have central banking. We don't have a company yet, that would be also smart. We do already the education and right banking is out there. But I think getting a company wouldn't be too... Let's start with central banking and then go towards the companies. And here we could always... Yeah. Military, we're not a military power, so I think this is not really relevant right now. So what us then check out, yeah, let's go towards here, our section over here. Invest in, I hope we can get the money. Invest in academics. Yes. And here you can make different focuses of universities. So do we have universities already? General natural history. Definitely one in Jutland. We can in the end have just 2 mathematical, technical, humanities, anthropological, natural. Do we need to have a focus immediately? Do we want to hire somebody? I think so. Let's have a quick look to understand the system better. Our university here in Copenhagen. Oh, we have an observatory also. Wow. Oh, we didn't we go through everything? Okay, we need to... Nah, then let's keep it general for the moment before we get specialized, but we shouldn't forget about it. Where's the observatory? Ah, down here, that's good. Small team of human computers. Most certainly. And a chemistry lab, also most certainly. Definitely gonna do these things. Okay, let's have a go back here. Okay, we're investing, that's good. Useful ivory tower. How can we change this? Okay, we have to definitely play around this over time, but I'm not doing this episode with the university backup. Let me know if you have any wishes or any ideas. Morgenröte experience. We just go through our options over here. You know, it's and they changed something. Wow, that's really a giant airplane. cool stuff happening over here, I think. This is, it must have changed since the last time I played. Paleontologist, geological. We have a geologist here, Sven Oxholm. Disliked, but is he competent at least? Geologist, geophysics, meticulous, okay. Cruel. He can do... Is he doing... Time is estimated at around hundreds of thousands years old, okay. What is he doing so far? I think we can hit this for the moment. He didn't do so much other things. Medicine, yeah, this would be nice to have a doctor, I guess, but nothing here. We have arts, where we have classicism, romanticism, wonderful. We could patronize, but we don't have anybody around. Yeah, that's that. Wow. There's a lot of buttons to hit, and yeah, I choose explicitly Morgenröte because I think it's a good addition to a small country, gives us more options to play around. Definitely gonna do this. Car racing, FIFA, Olympic Games, mountaineering, cool, aeronautics. Let's sponsor Balloonist, yes. Wilhelm Lovenberg, he is a independent worker, moderate, balloonist, painter, explorer. Oh wow, interesting man. Giving us this. Okay, lead. Let's see, we're gonna definitely have it run, even if we're over half an hour already, and you know me, normally this is the length, this is the kickoff episode, so we're gonna keep it here. Oh, damn it, we already have high wages. Ooh. Okay. Military wages, yeah. I'll have to cut some spending over here. Where's the armed forces? Yeah, I don't need the army and the offensive right now. Government is high taxes, wow. Yeah, we have to smash some out, I guess, but let's first do some decrease that we need to do. Let's do road maintenance, yeah, both here in both provinces. Let's do manufacturing, definitely here. Here we do agriculture, I think, for the moment, most certainly, yes. Then we do, let's go greener grass, promote social incest, also here. Yeah, the colonies, I'm not going too deeply in. Let's see if we can add some useful taxes for us. How much is liquor bringing? 650, not bad for 100. I was kind of hesitant to get like these baseline foods out, you know, meat. Oh, that's I mean, it's just for the time being, right? Let's do meat and let's do tobacco because it feels good. Doing minus 5.8. Yeah, this will shrink very, very quickly. Maybe I should have, yeah, now we have to save up. I was too greedy before. Let's do, for example, here, just Anchorage in the Indies. We don't need massive ports yet. This, yeah, philosophy department for sure. Volcano observatories, okay. Maybe this is gonna... Hopefully this is gonna get to a point where it makes sense and balance each out. We have to see. This is the only option possible. Are we doing research over here? Amazing. Then I think we're... Charity hospitals, everything is happening. Let's slowly get in and see how this is developing. Yeah, saved up 1,000 already. Since how the market and our, yeah, especially our... And I think it's actually now time to use one of the new features of the DLC, mainly to get into... So that, yeah, I totally forgot to talk about. Of course, now we have the world market and so forth, and the trade works totally different if you haven't noticed or didn't know. We're now building up trade automatically. This is our exports, our imports. Importing liquor. I think we can do liquor ourselves. Then also we're going to get... Yeah, I know we need to specialize. We cannot definitely not have everything as Denmark. No way, but a baseline... I think liquor needs to be in every country now. Did we have a distillery? Distillery, oh yeah. Let's do it in Jutland actually. Maybe hook it up. Now we have some private investment, which is good, so saving up some money. Let's do it like this. Okay. Some different stuff in there. Let's get going. That's good. So we have the new world market, which is a thing, and we have the treaty. First flight for our country. Ooh, altitude 26, distance 550 kilometers. Ooh. Wow. A good start. Yeah, we want these events. I mean, with balloonists, this gets a bit boring over time. We're quickly gonna draft a treaty. And I would love, of course, to get some trade privileges. With the power block embassy, almost got there. I don't want to give them investment rights because then our country is full and we don't own anything. They don't want to have trade privileges themselves, okay. Well, with 15% Convention of Portsmouth, let's see if we can trade with the Brits. 45% that they accept, if not, then also no problem. Declined, unfortunately. Let's see if the Russians are down for something like this. Not at all. The French. They don't have a power block yet. But they don't even want trade privileges. Also not. Yeah, not that easy. We're still getting something. Send scientists. Send on scientists. For the how much are they paying us? 250,000. No, we're not to Portugal. We're not these beggars. We can improve the relations though. The Dutch, come on, you trade us. Oh, come on. Not that great though. Let's with the US. Oh, no investment rights, of course not. Nope. Oh yeah, so yeah, with the Brits now we have to wait for a bit until reject the treaty. I think it's a year or something. Industrialists got influential, interesting. Yeah, it is something we gotta do at some point. We can speed up at least to 4. Yeah, we have to see how this develops. It's hard to tell. Our trade, this is really like the screen here, by the way. You can trades happen automatically. We import, and you can happily see where you're getting stuff from and where you're exporting to. Spanish, okay. Venezuela improving relations. The smaller countries that would like to deal with us. Wilhelm Laufenbank fails an attempt to break distance record with balloon. His own one, not. Okay. Good luck for the next time. We can always cancel it. You let me know if you're getting too annoyed by these interruptions. I don't want to read the entire text about his balloon rights now. It's getting a little bit out of hand over time. But in general, like, yeah, things have gotten out of hand. And the start was a really... I mean, it's just the overview. Yeah, it was just... I had a surprisingly long start since, of course, I came way too unprepared and thought I can easily drop some mods on you and get going in here, but this cost me a couple of time and now I'm a bit stressed, but no worries, guys. We are managing. And yeah, we're getting started. So I really enjoyed the start. I hope you too, even not too much happened. What are they fighting over? Oh, okay, down here in Florida. I thought they were fighting the Russians already over Alaska or something. Yeah. You know the drill, you know what's going on, and you can be happy that tomorrow you can already watch the first real gameplay after all these settings that we just fired out so far. Are we getting actually some extra authority? The opium tax on top. Yeah. By the way, here's standard of living. Oh, and Zealand is actually fine. Yeah. We have to keep going and see what we can do with Denmark. It has been a rough start. I hope you still liked it. Let me know down in the comments and enjoyed tomorrow's episode that will follow right away. And of course, if you haven't yet and you don't want to miss this one, again, leave me a like and subscription to support my channel a bit and don't miss out in the future. Thank you so much for this, and most importantly, see you next time in the next episode when we finally kick off the new Danish 19th century. Thanks for watching, see you then, bye, your Strategy Wolf.